What is up, guys? Sorry for the shaky camera, that is my bad. Hit the tripod, but let's get into it. This is Justin M. Frank here, doing a double initial impressions / just kind of thoughts on two badass zero tolerance knives. What are they? Well, they're these. The 0640 from Zero Tolerance, here in this green and black carbon fiber, and here with the G10 wraparound and black DLC coating, it's the Zero Tolerance 2 or 0223. So let's talk about both these knives. Quick, let's get some weight. The scale is on. So the 0223 is coming in at 4.7 ounces. 4.74 ounces really if you want to round up or be more specific, but not bad. Still in 5 ounces for a lot of blade and a lot of handle. Let's see what this comes in at. The 0640 coming in at 4.431 ounces. So definitely a little bit lighter, but not a big significant difference. But let's do some other comparisons while we have this out and we're measuring things. Let's do blade thickness. Do the black of the blade stock right here. Where's up on there? 0.14, maybe 0.15. Yeah, I think 1.5. I had the jimping inserted into it, so that's why I was reading 1.4. But yeah, I think 0.15 is it's gonna be its thickness right here, so pretty thick. And if we go to the edge or the tip of the knife, we get about 0.04 inches at the tip. My caliber is not accurate enough to measure the edge behind the blade, but we'll go ahead and just try and get as close as we can. 0.01, so you know it's close. It's got a thin edge. That grind is nice. So yeah, that's quick stats on that. I'll leave it open right here. And then let's go ahead and thumb stud this one open. Such a different way of deploying a zero tolerance knife. And we'll get the blade stock on this one. Blade stock is going to be 0.14 inches, so a little bit thinner. And then at the tip of the knife, oops, let's try that again. At the tip of the knife, 0.03 inches at the very tip. And I'm assuming again this is going to come to 0.001. And yep, it does. So sorry, I'll get a better caliber eventually. But those are the measurements. Let's do blade measurements and handle measurements. We don't need a caliber for that though. Let's put on a handy dandy ruler right here. And if the blade starts right there, well, yeah, the blade starts right there. You can see that we get what appears to be 4 inches of usable blade right here. Now its actual length is more like 3.5 inches because you'd have to take it back to about right here. So 3.5 inches in blade length, but usable cutting length, probably about closer to 4 inches. Now let's compare it to this. Move it out of the way. This blade length, 3 7/5 inches. So 3.75 inches, and it is a long blade. It lives up to it. Handle length on this one, we're coming in at just about 4, a little over 4, and like 4.7, 4.8 inches. And the handle length on this one, sorry about that wobble again, guys. Handle length on this one, that's Kitty in the background saying hello. It's going to be about 5 inches. If you measure from the top of the handle. If you measure from where it starts right here, you're closer to 4.1, 4.2. I'm curious to see what ZT's official measurements are on that. I'm sure they're more accurate than mine, but that's just my general initial impressions of them. What do I really like about them? The detint on this one is excellent. It drops shut beautifully, better than any zero tolerance knife I've ever seen, which is surprising. This is surprisingly slim, so not as thick as I expected it to be behind the handle. Let's see, 0.55 inches in the handle thickness. So that's really not that thick actually, and I expected it to be thicker. I don't know why. But yeah, they're both great knives. The frost for bronze bearings, let's see if I can show those inside of there. Yep. See a little bit. That these run on are really smooth, and I'm super impressed with that. And it pretty much drops. I'm gonna get rid of this one, but I think it will get to a drop shut point. And let's just address this right now. This color is not my absolute favorite, but it is something unique and different in the collection, and I don't hate it. So if everyone out there saying it's the worst thing ever, I really disagree. It's not bad. It's not a plus, but honestly, it's not a minus either. I see it as kind of a neutral indifference in what is an otherwise great knife. And that's my initial impressions at least. Maybe I'll grow to hate it. All right, now let's compare. I guess let me show you the handles, the stock on this one as well real quick. 0.52, so a little bit thinner. So let's do some comparisons, guys. So I'm gonna place that there and this here. So again, just to show everybody, this is the 0223 and this is the 0640. And we're gonna do some comparisons. And first, let's start with comparing it to some similar ZTs. We'll start small. ZT 0450. Sorry, I don't know why I paused. But yes, the 0450. A very popular design, and that's the carbon fiber edition of it. Definitely much smaller than these two blades. More of a small, just, you know, anywhere EDC blade. All right, let's move on. Something a little bit larger, but more maybe tactical, you could say, is the Zero Tolerance 0462. Dmitry Snikovich design. And similar in blade length with size, actually. Now you're talking a similar length knife, with maybe just a little bit more slicing edge and a lot more tactical styling. So let's see. The one I think it best compares to is the Zero Tolerance 0308 or 3008. You know, there's no secret they use calibers for a reason. I wish I had my 0022 here, but I'm loaning it to a friend right now. But yes, they use gun calibers to size their knives, and if this is the 223, I see why this is the 308, but they're both great knives. All right, now let's get some comparisons to different brand knives. First, let's start with Spyderco. Got the PM. Sorry, I'll pull it to the back. Got the PM3 from Spyderco. Next, PM2. So kind of in the PM2 size range, kind of in that general, you know, size and styling. A little bit bigger, but now I'll do two Benchmade designs. The Osborne classic design, even though this is an update with the automatic action. So that's the Osborne compared to these two. Definitely bigger than that as well. It's going to be closer to your 0450. And then a full-size gripilian. So it's actually not too much bigger than a gripilian. Definitely a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger. And I mean, if you look at the thickness of, like, say, this gripilian, I mean, you're thicker than the ZT0604. And actually, you're thicker than both of these ZTs on the table with the gripilian. So, I mean, size and dimensions can be interesting, guys. So, I encourage you to handle all of these if you can at your local knife shop. Always support local business if you can. Alright, so what are my final initial thoughts and impressions on these knives? I think they're really cool. I think they're really different. I like what Tim Galligan did with the design here. Definitely throws it back to that K-bar look. I think it's beautifully done and well executed. It lines up perfectly. Doesn't look cheap. Really, really like this one. Can really say this one's a winner. This one I'm not 100% sure about yet, just because it's so ostracizing and polarizing. But it does have a smooth action, and I do like playing with it. So we'll see if it stays in the collection. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope I taught you something or showed you something interesting. And go on Zero Tolerance's websites to get the exact specs of these knives and learn more. Take care, guys. This is Justin and Frank. Please like and subscribe. See you soon.